If you watch Ludwig, you're well aware of this, but if you don't watch Ludwig, he used to be known as the boys, the plan is simple, that kind of guy. But then he transitioned out of that and he transitioned into a massive cheater. He's gotten millions of views just cheating in every way possible. Like, it's gotten so bad that now anytime he accomplishes anything, the chat is spamming asking where's the pro that he hired. Because if you don't know, he's done a series of videos that gets millions of views where he hires like a pro gamer to destroy his chat or destroy his friends or destroy other pros in whatever game he's playing. However, he's now being accused of cheating this latest challenge, and some people aren't happy about this. If you don't know, DougDoug came out with the challenge. I don't like the name, but it's called the 10 drive-through fast food challenge. That's the mouthful. I much prefer just the fast 10 challenge. But the rules are simple. 4 people, max of 1 drink fast food place like a Starbucks, max of 2 dessert places like a Krispy Kreme, and that you have to go to KFC because you may get screwed and get a bucket. There's like 3 main issues that Ludwig is facing. People saying like, oh, there should be an asterisk or he should be like DQ'd. And the first one is because of the places he went to. So this is DougDoug's list. He went to all of these, and you can see he went to Krispy Kreme twice, which is a dessert, 2 dessert places. But then he also went to Starbucks, which is 1 drink place, which fits inside these guidelines. And then you have Real Neff, who for some reason only went to Starbucks, which is 1 drink place, and didn't go to any dessert places. So they played super risky, probably suboptimally, but it turned out well for them. They passed the challenge as well and took the top spot until Ludwig's crew, I guess I should say The Yard, because it was his podcast, The Yard, that all competed. He went to Krispy Kreme twice, which is the 2 desserts, and then he went to Starbucks, which is the 1 drink place. But then he went to Dunkin' Donuts, and there was a big argument on whether Dunkin' Donuts is considered a dessert place or a drink place because they're known for donuts and coffee. And if they're considered either or, it kind of breaks the rules because it would have broken either or because they've already been to each of those. However, he got lucky. The car in front of him had only ordered sandwiches. So DougDoug ruled that because it was sandwiches, it can be just a regular fast food restaurant. If he would have gotten like just donuts or if he would have just gotten coffee, then he would have been DQ'd because it would have broken these rules. But you also have to kind of remember that these rules are kind of wishy-washy because this happened when DougDoug went to Burger King.
Whatever they ordered sounded great. Could I have what he's having?
You want 1 of them or you want 4 of them?
All 4. Whatever they got, I'll have that. Yeah. 4 soft serve cones. Let's go.
Yeah. So the car in front of him only ordered 1 soft serve cone, so they like quadrupled it. So people were saying like that technically breaks his rules because they only got ice cream at 1 place. So this is kind of like a dessert only place, but it's Burger King, which is obviously a hamburger place. So like the rules are kind of wishy-washy, but so far everybody seems to be in the clear. Everybody agrees that this stuff seems okay, right? But then Ludwig also got criticized for his time. So DougDoug's team, they did 10 fast food places within 6 hours. And then Real Neff's team, which is called the Paw Patrol team, once you cut out all the filler in the front and the end, did it in under 3 hours. 10 restaurants in under 3 hours, which is a massive time save compared to DougDoug's team. They cut his time in half. But then you look at Ludwig's or The Yard's team, and they did 11 fast food places in, I think, just under 5 hours once you cut out all the filler. And they're trying to claim the top spot because they went to 11 fast food places in like 5 hours. Which, how does that make you the champion? It's called the 10 drive-through fast food challenge, not the 11 drive-through. Like, no one wants to watch someone go through 20 drive-throughs in 20 hours and be like, hey, we're the new champions. We went through more places than anybody else. It's a lot more impressive to go through 10 fast food places in under 3 hours than it is to go to 11 fast food places in 5 hours. So I think it makes most sense that this challenge should be who can go through 10 fast food restaurants in the shortest amount of time without breaking any traffic laws, obviously. And not how many fast food restaurants can you go to before you end stream. Like, no one wants to watch that. And the challenge is called the 10 drive-through fast food challenge. So that's like the first big strike, which I kind of think has a lot of merit to it. all of these people are content brained and they're only doing this for the content because chats get excited for this kind of stuff because it's always fun to root for your streamer who goes up against other streamers, even though they're all friends and they all end up making thousands of dollars off of this in the end. So they're all winners. But all of this has been kind of fluff for the biggest, and I think most serious accusation of Ludwig cheating. Whether intentional or not, I will say it seems pretty freaking intentional. They had a long conversation about it and they were trying to justify it, and I think it all just falls flat here. So the Yard decided to go to In-N-Out for their third restaurant, and then this happens.
2 cheeseburgers, 2 double doubles, 4 fries, 2 vanilla shakes, 2 vanilla strawberry shakes.
Oh, I did see him do the 4 in front of him.
It's gonna be $42.56 at the first window.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
They get a massive order, a lot of milkshakes, and it's going to cost them $42.56. Now, remember that dollar amount, because that's going to be important. They essentially got screwed. This is like a running killer. Everyone thought it was over after this. But then this happened.
Hi, what are you?
Good.
You have 2 hamburgers, 2 fries, an apple fries, no shakes, and a strawberry shake?
Yes.
All right, that's good.
So if you heard that, they just read out a different order than the ones they ordered. There was like a lot less burgers, an apple pie, and only like 2 milkshakes instead of 4 milkshakes. And Slime says, the driver, yes, that's our order.
Maybe $23.70.
And then he says the total is $23.70. Again, another red flag that this is the wrong order because it's supposed to be over $40.
Wait, did you say burgers? Wait. What was the price? It was 20.
Thank you.
Wait, let's see. Wait, I think. Hold up, I don't
Fuck it up?
I think they fucked up the order. wait, this is so.
So they immediately caught it and realized that the order is wrong. Now you could say, hey, it's not our fault. They gave us the wrong order. They made us pay for the wrong order. That's not our fault. Even though they told you your order and the price amount and you knew it was wrong, but you paid for it anyways. But let's just say, sure, we'll give you the benefit of that. Maybe it was a complete accident. When they went to the food window, this happened.
What's happening? Hi. Good. Wait, this is the actual food.
Give them the receipt. Give them the receipt. Tell them it's our order.
Should we do it?
So they're being given the food that they originally ordered from the first guy, the $40 order. They're being given all of that food. And they're like, wait. We can't scam anymore. They're like, the other drive-through people figured out their mistake and they're just giving us our order. So like, hey, give them the receipt we paid for the $20 order and say this isn't our food. You guys got mixed up. So now they're just like straight up lying to the fast food place to benefit themselves. And like, to be fair, they only paid $20, so they would be stealing $20 worth of food if they took this order. But
I mean,
I think we got the wrong order. I think we got the wrong order.
it's not a scam. It is purely what we paid for.
It's RNG.
Yeah.
We get what we pay for. Do we not? We get what
We're
we
not
pay
trying to
for.
scam in.
But this is not. We're not trying to scam.
I wouldn't want to.
It would be disrespectful if we were to.
yeah, immediately they're being called out by the chat for scamming because this is clearly scamming. They aren't getting the order that they ordered. They didn't correct the first drive-through window when they read the wrong order.
Take advantage of
And now they're trying to give the food back.
employees.
I wouldn't want to cheat a restaurant chain that pays their employees so well.
Because we paid.
Yes, so they're saying, oh, we don't want to cheat the employees out of money, or like they don't want to cheat their restaurant out of money because we didn't pay for all this food. But all that's going to happen is that food is going to get thrown out, and they're going to have to remake the order for the car behind them. So the car behind them is going to get even more delayed.
What we paid for, we should get what we paid
Exactly.
for. And all we did is we paid at the window. They're gonna mark us down as scammers.
I have to make it clear. This is what we want on this order.
So now Slimer said we have to make it clear that this like $20 receipt is the order we want. So now it's no longer about the mistake. It's about we don't want the big order because we're screwed if we get it. So we have to get this order. So there's no longer a mistake. It's them actively trying to get the wrong order. And it even gets worse for the Yard because this is all like kind of confusing. Like, oh, it might have just been an accidental mix-up, blah, blah, blah. It's not our fault. We can't do anything about it. Sorry, guys. Person at the window ends up saying this.
On this receipt, we will take.
You wanted to like get the person in front of you home.
This is good.
Do you ever explain?
Yeah, she straight up says, like, you wanted to order the order in front of you. This is not that order. And they're like, oh, no, it's okay. We'll just stick with this order. And like, you can say like, oh, they don't want to like steal $20 from In-N-Out. They were doing the right thing. But anybody knows who's being honest, that's a BS excuse. Everybody knows they're doing it because this was the third restaurant. And if they got that massive order, it would have been a run killer. And they would have had to do this again. Like if this was submitted to like the speedrunner website for like an official speedrun, this would obviously be rejected because of like all the issues before this, and especially because of this. And I'm not even like going to touch on the other small issue was it seemed like they had a stream sniper at one point find them and like cut in front of them and order a really small order just to benefit them even more, but that's out of their control. So I wasn't even gonna like cover that much. But at the end of the day, does it really matter? Because like DougDoug congratulates them, Roll Neff or the Paw Patrol guys congratulates them. So it seems like everyone else has kind of accepted Ludwig's crew or like the Yard as the champions of the 10 drive-through fast food challenge. So none of this really matters. I think it's just like fun drama that has like zero stakes, so no one's going to get hurt of this. And like before you say it, I'm just like, oh, I must be like a Hassan fanboy or whatever. I watch Ludwig the most out of any other streamer. I really don't watch streamers anymore. I don't have enough time. I just watch clips for easy views on TikTok. But yeah, I watch Ludwig content the most, and like even I can't actually think that Ludwig is the champion of this. Just because like that In-N-Out order, ignoring everything else, the In-N-Out order was so shady. They gave you so many opportunities to fix the mistake. Because if you felt bad about paying the wrong order, I've had that happen where I paid for the wrong order at the first window and I got to the second window. I'm like, oh no, this is the wrong order. They gave me my order and then they just charged me the difference. So it's an easy enough fix. They just didn't want to because it would have killed the run. But like if this keeps on going on, I feel like there has to be a couple of changes. The max of one drink place is good. Max of two dessert places is good. Must go to KFC. I don't want it where the first place you go to is KFC, because if you get a bucket, it's like a run killer, and then you just reset, throw that order out, and try to get a new order. I think must go to KFC as a last restaurant, because that could completely kill your run at the very last. And I think that's more entertaining to watch than it being like the first one and just constantly resetting until you get a good order. But I'm actually pretty curious what other people think on Ludwig's run, because like his chat immediately called him a scammer as this was going on. I wonder what other people think though.